Warning, this program is entirely fictional and made by a sole Canadian man. All characters and events in the show, including the host, even those that are based on real people, are entirely fictional. The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
America. The land of opportunity, fueled by immigration and innovation, with just a touch of authoritarian despotism. Here in these glorious United States, there exists a vast criminal underworld stretching from sea to shining sea, and if you look closely at our utopian American settlements, you may just find the stain of criminal activity in more places than you ever thought possible. Tonight on Grand Theft Auto Geographies. Big business, marital revenge, and political subterfuge. Tonight we will examine a district of Liberty City known publicly for its skyline more than anything else. We will visit the most dense sections of the urban jungle that is an American metropolis and peer between the branches to see murder, election tampering, and capitalistic caricatures of the most heinous variety. A place so jam-packed with skyscrapers and apartment blocks that it had surprisingly little room for the typical bloodshed present across the city, though unsurprisingly, it did not remain unscathed. Torrington. Torrington is a district made up almost exclusively of skyscrapers populated by mostly big businesses and politicians of Liberty City. Though it borders areas closer to shops and features at least one particularly striking building which stands out from the rest, there is little variety to speak of when cruising along its wide avenues under the loom of its many slabs of concrete and glass. The north of the district features the headquarters of the international conglomerate AMCO and the Torrington Police Department, while the east is dominated by the presence of a large casino, which has changed hands and names throughout the years, though always remained under the control of the Yakuza. The district's south and west ends are where the area's and the city's largest skyscrapers reside, with mixed zoning buildings dozens of stories high lining the streets, but almost no low-density commercial shops. A central avenue runs through the district north to south and becomes the Newport Expressway at one end, while terminating at the other end. Two large avenues and one smaller side street branch off of this main thoroughfare in the center of the district, while two loops form in the south and east, with the southern smaller loop becoming Bedford Point in the west, and the larger eastern loop joining together into a large avenue/expressway in Newport. The area has historically been heavily associated with the Yakuza, due in large part to their presence at the East End Casino and their soldiers, which have been known to patrol the streets fairly regularly over the years. The district borders Newport to the north, Bedford Point to the west, and the river to the east and south. While it's possible to argue that Torrington has seen significantly less violence than many other parts of Liberty City, it has certainly been no stranger to criminal activity, both overt and covert. In 1998, the infamous Tony Cipriani of the Portland-based Leone crime family would work alongside aspiring mayoral candidate and future media mogul Donald Love to try and secure his position as the next mayor of Liberty City. Tony would steal a corpse for Donald to use in an unconfirmed but suspected cannibalistic act, campaign around the district and beyond, spreading defamation of Donald Love's main rival in the race, Miles O'Donovan, and eventually, even more directly, violent acts. From the Jefferson Street Credit Union building still under construction, Donald would hire Tony to murder O'Donovan campaigners in and outside of the district, burn down a Forelli family-controlled factory containing voting machines being used by the O'Donovan campaign, and even flat-out steal ballots to try and rig the election in their favor. That same year, Tony would also further bloody his hands when he worked for Toshiko Kasen, the wife of Yakuza Wakagashira at the time, Kazuki Kasen. In an effort to embarrass and dethrone her husband, whom she harbored some bitter resentment for, Toshiko would hire Tony from her condo in the district to slowly whittle away at Yakuza assets, and set the stage for a dramatic showdown. She would have Tony steal a Yakuza arms shipment, destroy 3 Yakuza money drops before they could reach their destinations, and eventually confront Kazuki directly in a chaotic battle atop the Big Shot Casino, which ended in Tony slaughtering both Kazuki and all of his men. With Kazuki's death, the casino would briefly fall under new management, and take on the name Pachinko World by the year 2000. That year, presumed Leone associate Mike would, according to some, torch the casino when it refused to pay protection money to the Yakuza's second-in-command Asuka Kasen and a corrupt police officer. However, others claimed that the casino was not in fact directly attacked, and instead Mike simply killed the meddling police officer. Whatever the case, by 2001 the casino would once again be renamed. This time to Kenji's Casino after the Yakuza take control of the building once again, under the management of Asuka and Kazuki's brother, and the new Wakagashira, Kenji-kasen. From the casino, Kenji would hire the infamous Reaper Man Claude to perform various jobs prior to Claude's betrayal, including assaulting the Torrington police station to break a high-ranking Yakuza out of prison, stealing 3 sports cars and delivering them to Kenji's lockup, ambushing a deal between the Colombian cartel and the Jottys and stealing their money, collecting 3 briefcases of protection money and killing several Diablo's gang members, and killing at least 8 Jottys gang members when they began encroaching on the Yakuza territory. There are not an excessive amount of noteworthy locations in Torrington. However, there are at least some worth taking a look at, including the tallest building in Liberty City history, the Jefferson Street Credit Union building, connected to the FBC Financial Group. One of the FBC main bank branches is also located in Torrington, as well as the AMCO International Headquarters building, the Morningstar Industries headquarters, and the head offices of both the FBI and the LCPD. Beyond these notable skyscrapers, the district features few landmarks. However, there is of course the infamous casino in the East End, which has changed hands numerous times over the years, while always remaining under the Yakuza sphere of influence. Okay guys, you know the drill. Let's drop the facade and look at the real-world inspirations for Torrington in the most obvious real-world analog for Liberty City, New York City. It seems fairly obvious to me that Torrington is based primarily off of Manhattan Island's financial district and Civic Center, as well as possibly parts of the Lower East Side. If you know anything about the development of GTA 3, you'll know that the game was heavily changed from its original version following the 9/11 attacks in September of 2001. However, it remains unclear if Liberty's tallest building, the Jefferson Street Credit Union building, was based off of any specific skyscraper on the New York skyline. So if you're a native New Yorker and you have a guess, let me know in the comments down below. The tall skyscrapers and tightly packed streets make the comparison for this one pretty obvious for the most part, although the limitations of the city's size at this time in video game history greatly reduced Torrington's ability to stand out, especially in a game where flying and seeing the world from above had not yet become the standard. If you want to know more about GTA 3's development and how it changed before release, go check out Badger Goodger's channel for some amazing behind-the-scenes looks at how Liberty City took shape. As much as I tried to find a direct analog for Kenji's Casino in early 2000s New York, I was unsuccessful, so where exactly the inspiration for its presence in the district came from is a mystery to me. As far as I could tell, the area Torrington most closely relates to in the real-life Manhattan doesn't even allow for casinos in the first place, so this could be an homage to a casino from elsewhere in the US, or possibly closer to home in the developer's home country of England. And so ends yet another episode of GTA Geographies, but don't worry folks, there's plenty more to come each week. If for some reason you're not already aware, be sure to check out my main series, Grand Theft Auto Biographies, every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And stay tuned for new episodes of GTA Geographies every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. If you find yourself enjoying this content, why not leave a like, a comment, and while you're at it, subscribe to see new episodes as soon as they release. If you want to go the extra mile, consider supporting me on Patreon to help me keep my channel independent and get some goodies in the process. I'll see you next time. I'm your host, Guinness Walker. Thank you for watching.